Hi, welcome back. Thanks for joining us. Today we are going to be talking about something that clients take regularly that I think they don't realize how bad for their health it can be. We hear often clients taking antacids, and while to the general public it seems like an instant cure for a minor problem, it's actually much more than that.
Yeah. So the reason we don't like things like Prilosec or the little blue, the purple pill, and all of those types of antacids is because, number one, you have to ask yourself, why am I feeling acid reflux? Most of the time people are given that because they're complaining to a healthcare practitioner. They're going, hey, when I lay down or when I eat, I feel like I have excess acid, I feel it in my throat, and boy, that stuff will absolutely take it away. Real quick. Within a couple of days for some of them faster than that. And if you look at them, most of those products are called PPIs, or proton pump inhibitors. And what it does, it inhibits your belly's ability to create digestive acid. And there's so many reasons that it's important to create digestive acid. And what these proton pump inhibitors do, they inhibit the proton pump, which stops the body from creating the acid. And so you don't have the acid reflux. But you also don't have digestive acid. So we're not digesting food nearly as well as we could. And we also, again, have to look back at why am I having these symptoms? Don't just mask it with a quick pill to stop the acid reflux. You have to say to yourself, why am I having this acid reflux when at 25 I didn't have it? So for me, there's lots of different reasons that people go through that. Food allergy is absolutely one of them. Our weight can be a contributing factor to that. Our age can be a contributing factor to that. And here's the problem. As we age, we actually create less stomach acid. And it's harder for us to digest food. That's why we say, take digestive enzymes after 40 years old, right? Because we're going to start to help the person digest food better, and the acids will work better. What I discovered is that if you inhibit that proton pump, we have an inability, no matter how much you take, of an inability to absorb calcium and magnesium. And if we cannot absorb calcium and magnesium, it does damage to our bones. It doesn't allow our bones to continue to rebuild and give strength to our system and give strength to our bones. So they did a research, the University of Pennsylvania did a research on information that came out of England from 1983, I think it was, till 2003, or 1987 to 2003, and they looked at 13,000 plus individuals. 70% of them were women. The mean age was about 77 years old, and they had been on proton pump inhibitors for a period of time. And what they found, and what they call a long time use of a proton pump inhibitor is 3 weeks. 3 weeks is what they consider to be a long time. And here's the thing, if somebody starts taking them, they don't stop in 3 weeks and go, okay, that's done. And what they found is 3 weeks actually does permanent damage to the proton pumps. So that even when I stop, I'm not going to be able to produce the amount of stomach acid, okay? So I know people that are on it for years. And what they found is that you're on it for years and you take a large dose. What that means is more than one a day. So if every time I have stomach acid and stomach reflux, I take a pill maybe twice a day. So that's long-term use and it's a high dose. They found 44% higher increase in hip fractures among these 13,000 people. So what it does to our bones is horrendous, apparently. What it does to our bones is horrendous. And as we age, we all tend to have less integrity in our bones, and everybody knows that we don't want grandmom to fall and break her hip. It's one of the worst things that can happen. 20% of the folks that fall and break their hips actually die within 1 year. So proton pump inhibitors do a lot more than stopping the acid in your belly. There's other ways to address that. I won't necessarily go into all the other ways, but there's ways that we address stomach acid problems and stomach reflux for folks that does not inhibit the proton pumps. It doesn't mean you can't take something to settle that burning down, but it doesn't stop the pumps from working. And it's this idea of actually stopping the pumps from working that really causes an issue in the body. I also believe that if you stop those pumps from functioning, that acid has to go somewhere. It's just, so where's it going? Is it going back into my blood? Is it going into the tissues and causing some fibromyalgia feelings? Because it's not being utilized. So our stomachs are acidic for a reason. They're there to digest food. And if we can't do that, our bellies are going to bloat. A sign of undigested food is bloating and feeling gassy and feeling tired after we eat, because it's literally creating fermentation or putrefaction in the gut. And so we'll bloat up. So. don't use proton pump inhibitors.
We hope we answered some questions and educated you on something that seems like
it's a common thing.
Yeah.
You go to the store and just go, hey, I can get this off the shelf. You know, it's just over the counter, OTC.
Yeah.
It's advertised on TV constantly.
Yeah.
But there are real issues with it, especially for our bones.
Yeah. Well, thanks for joining us, and we hope to see you back again.